Establishing a third political party in the United States that dominates American politics is a tall order, and the odds are slim due to structural, cultural, and historical factors. Here's a breakdown of the chances and challenges based on reasoning and available data. Chances of success. Low probability of dominance. The likelihood of a third party not just emerging but dominating consistently winning major elections like the presidency or controlling Congress is extremely low, likely under 5% in the near to medium term next 10 to 20 years. This is because the US political system is heavily rigged against third parties, and dominance requires overcoming entrenched voter loyalty, institutional barriers, and resource disparities. Historical precedent. No third party has ever permanently displaced the two major parties, currently Democrats and Republicans, in US history. The last significant shift was the Republican Party replacing the Whigs in the 1850s, but this was a rare realignment during a period of intense national crisis, slavery, and the Civil War. Even then, the Republicans absorbed much of the Whig base rather than starting from scratch. Modern third parties, like the Libertarians or Greens, have never exceeded single-digit vote shares in presidential elections. For example, Ross Perot's Reform Party got 8.4% in 1996, the best third party showing in recent decades. Potential for influence, not dominance. A third party could gain traction as a spoiler or coalition partner in specific elections, especially in a highly polarized or fragmented political climate. For example, a centrist or populist party could siphon votes from both major parties if dissatisfaction with the status quo peaks. However, translating this into dominance is a different beast, requiring sustained wins across local, state, and federal levels. Key barriers. 1. First past the post voting. The US uses a winner-takes-all electoral system, which mathematically favors a two-party duopoly, Duverger's law. Unlike proportional representation systems common in Europe, where smaller parties can win seats with modest vote shares, US elections reward the candidate with the most votes, even if it's a plurality. This discourages voters from wasting their vote on third parties, as seen in the spoiler effect. For example, Ralph Nader's Green Party in 2000 blamed for splitting the Democratic vote. 2. Electoral College. The presidency is decided by the Electoral College, where electors are allocated state by state on a winner-takes-all basis, except in Maine and Nebraska. A third party would need to win entire states outright to secure electoral votes, a near impossible task without massive regional support. For example, Perot in 1990 got 19% of the popular vote, but 0 electoral votes. 3. Ballot access laws. Each state has different, often onerous, requirements for third parties to get on ballots. For example, collecting thousands of signatures. Major parties have automatic access due to their established voter base, while third parties burn resources just to compete. In 2020, the Libertarian Party was on ballots in all 50 states, but this took decades of effort and still yielded only 1.2% of the vote. 4. Party loyalty and voter behavior. Most Americans identify as Democrats or Republicans or lean toward one, with Gallup polls showing about 25 to 30% identifying as independents, but often voting for one of the two major parties. Cultural tribalism and fear of the other side winning keep voters tethered to the duopoly, even when they dislike their options. 5. Money and infrastructure. Major parties have vast fundraising networks, donor bases, and institutional support